I know you feel like you just want attractiveness. Like you just want to glow up visibly and play with your wardrobe. Maybe if you could be a little bit thinner or have a different body, if you could be a little bit more beautiful, if your hair could be a bit longer, if your skin could be a little bit better, and all of that, you'd finally feel like yourself. You'd finally feel free, maybe seen and respected and happy, and life would start to be beautiful again. You'd stop feeling in a rut, you'd stop feeling stuck, you'd stop feeling like you're lost and you don't know what you're doing, where you're going. You'd stop feeling like you're so bored all the time because life would be so beautiful. You would be in your best self, best body, best face, and you'd have so many friends and so many lovers and so many whatever you want, and probably even so much money because you would just be shining and seen and beautiful, you know? Life would be amazing. I know how it feels to be convinced by that and to chase that forever and ever and ever, and it's never ending because there is no such thing. You lose the weight and realize that nobody cares. You'd improve your skin, and after a couple of people telling you, oh, your skin looks good today, looks better, what did you do? And after a few days, everything would be the same. Nobody would really care. And you'd done all that work, all those efforts, going to the gym maybe every day, and you'd realize it doesn't change much, especially if it didn't come from an inside shift. You just pushed for this transformation. And the deeper truth of that is that all this time, you were not actually looking for attractiveness. You were not really actually looking for more beauty. You were simply looking for aliveness. But the only path your brain could see and build was your next glow up. The only path he could imagine to finally feel alive in your own skin, in your own body, in your own life. Your brain is like, well, it seems like we need a glow up. And in a way, you do, and we all do. But an identity one. Something to come back to yourself and be truly you in all your spark and aliveness. So let me share with you in this video how actually pursuing aliveness and how to actually pursue aliveness can lead to your best glow up ever. Not because you'd actually look for one, not as performance, not even as changing your weight or appearance, even though you're more than allowed to do so, especially that it's never you, extra kilos or a bad skin doesn't define you, so you can totally get rid of those. There is no problem with that. At least I don't have any problem with that. But sometimes losing the weight or changing the bad skin will not go through the path that your brain think it should go through, like the next glow up that you see on social media. Sometimes it's simply through reuniting with your aliveness that you will finally feel naturally confident, quietly confident, and magnetic in who you truly are. So, what is really aliveness? Aliveness is like a spark inside of you, and sometimes it's been quiet for so long, understimulated. So it's waiting to come back to life, and for that reason, it's blocking some things in your life, maybe love, maybe money, maybe friendships. You might feel in those moments that you're just going through the motion, that things are okay, but you don't really feel that drive anymore for anything specific. You feel like something is a little bit off, but not enough to actually pinpoint something in particular. You are in some kind of a routine, it took you a long time to implement, and you don't want to question it. But you're clearly bored. And this leads to a lot of things, and amongst them, there is this time that you might spend scrolling endlessly. Like there is a hole inside of you that needs to be filled. And you know it's not good for you to scroll so much, to spend so much time on your phone, but you cannot help it. It's like a bulimia for aliveness. And you just hope that after enough scroll, you'll finally step into something that will finally spark a little bit of energy inside of you. But it doesn't, does it? And on social media, you even end up cornered and influenced to upgrade your look and change your appearance and your wardrobe and the next glow up and to glow up and to keep up with the forever evolving standards. So the more you scroll and try to glow up and try to feel that hole inside of you, and the more you actually unconsciously drift away from yourself. And weirdly, from your most attractive trait, which is your aliveness, which is like the spark inside of you. This is why people are attracted to you. Your coloration, your presence, your energy, your specificities. Attractive is not just pretty. Attractive means being a force of nature, attracting to you. And you don't achieve that by being anyone else but yourself. It's okay to be longing for the feeling of, wow, I know that I am. I love beauty. I love taking care of myself. I love feeling like I'm being seen and I'm shining and I'm impacting the senses of other people just by my presence. Of course, you don't have to lower your standards of beauty or accept a version that is not you to reach aliveness. Aliveness is not abandoning anything, not abandoning beauty, not abandoning success, to go run in a field with your naked feet and a goat as a best friend. Aliveness is actually the bridge. Aliveness can guide you back to your most iconic self, aligning, becoming. It can make you feel more confident, more radiant, more naturally beautiful than anything else. I know you've been doing a lot, holding a lot, helping others, adapting, holding things together. And aliveness in that state can feel like a threat a little bit. It can feel like a very soft concept. And if it does, it's because you've slowly silenced the part of yourself that doesn't need to be productive or useful, the part that needs to be useless sometimes. To play, to just be, to be crazy, to not have a purpose, to create just for fun. Aliveness lives in this space, in the experience of pleasure, pleasure that you might have limited with time. So much that beauty and glow ups are maybe the only space that you still allow a bit of fun and play and lightness. And if you're like, okay, I know that I need more aliveness, I know that I'm bored in my life, I know that's what I need, but if you tell me that aliveness lives in the place that I'm useless, I really don't know anymore who I am outside of the useful parts of me. That's really something that I felt at some point. And that's okay. It's not that you lost yourself. It's just that you've been really good at being useful and needed. And it's pretty common with self-aware women, emotionally intelligent, warm, creative, adaptable. The world easily need you. Your work easily need you. Your family easily need you. Your partner or your friends easily need you. But you need a place where you can be unnecessary, useless, wild and crazy, unproductive. So don't try to think of a specific idea because that's the part of your brain who's trying to control. Okay, what can I do to be unnecessary? This is already not the right corner of your mind. Rest a moment in that in between. Okay, yes, I'm bored. I want to reconnect with my aliveness. Right now, I don't know exactly what that would look like because I'm used to be useful and in that part of me that's needed. I forgot a bit that creative, wild, crazy, useless side of me. It's uncomfortable, but it's not abnormal and it's not something that you should be ashamed of. And it's not something that will take a lot of time. But right now, just take a second, two, 5, 10 maybe, and just feel. Feel that uncomfort. You're safe. You're just in between. And this is the first exercise to just come back to learning sometimes to just let it be. Not directly transform, not directly give a meaning, not directly organize things, but just feel. That space is already your aliveness. Even if it feels quiet and uncomfortable, it's already a step, an important step. But don't worry, I'm gonna guide you and help you a bit more to not leave you with that. So, what you need is not an answer, and I cannot give it to you either because it will be different for everyone. But what you need is first just an entry point, something that you can start with. In the same way, when you want to start learning a new language, you'll have to learn to be comfortable in the uncomfort of that in between moment where you want to speak the new language but you still don't speak it. And your entry point might be grammar, might be a book, might be a song. You know, you cannot learn in one day. You cannot learn probably even in 1 week or 1 month. So you don't need the solution to how do I learn a language. You just need to know what can I start with. And for being a person who is always in between, always transitioning for higher, always learning new languages also, I know that the feeling is always uncomfortable. But when you just know where to start, it gets a little bit better and you get a little more patient. So try this exercise. Imagine in front of you that there is 3 doors and you'll be able to choose one to spend an hour or a few minutes of every day for now, not for the rest of your life, okay? Let's put the pressure down just for now. The first door is movement, but not fitness, okay? Not performance. It's just a space and a room where you can roll on the floor and jump on a bed and weirdly dance. Invite some friends and weirdly dance together if you want. Or slide in a giant slide for adults. Or even pretend to be on a podium and receive a medal. Anything that is a movement. Crazy movement, funny movement. Whatever you wish to do with your body that is not a performance or like an obligation or something you feel like you should do. The second door leads to a room which is sound. Here you can decide always if you want to be with friends or alone, it doesn't matter really. But in that room, you can just play any instrument, you can sing out loud, you can learn new songs, you can speak out loud, you can tap on glass and make a lot of noise, whatever you feel that is around sound. And the third door is leading to a room that is, let's call it visual. In that room, you have everything from coloring, painting, writing, crafting. You can find magazines, you can find clothes and style some clothes, you can find decoration, anything that you would wish to do visually for fun. Same, alone or with friends, doesn't matter. So let's be clear, none of those doors are the answer of what you should do every day for the rest of your life to be in your aliveness, okay? None of these doors. But the door that feels just 5%, 10% that could make you a little bit more alive in every day, this is just your entry point. This is where you can start. So what it is for you? Tell me in the comments. I really want to know. Is it the movement, space, room? Is it sound? Is it visual? Which room feels like, oh, if I could spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes in that room every day, and the rest of the world is stopping. I'm not needed anywhere but in that room, doing whatever I want to do, even sitting on the floor and doing nothing if I want. I have to specify that you don't have your phone in that room, okay? You don't have your cell phone, you don't have any phone, okay? That's important. Please don't sit on the floor and watch you and scroll on Instagram. That's not the purpose of the experiment. Okay, which room feels like, okay, if I could spend a few minutes or even 1 hour every day in that room and the world would stop and I would just have to be there, I would feel a little bit, 5%, 10% more alive. That's where you can start. So you're not blocked, you're not boring, you're not lost, you're not behind, you're not stuck. You're just in between identities and missing your aliveness, that spark inside of you that stayed silent for too long. And it's normal if old pleasures, old people, old friends, old habits, old hobbies no longer fulfill you or attract you anymore. And the new ones, they're not there yet. That middle phase feels like something is missing, but it's actually that something is incubating. That's how we could see it. It's quiet, it's awkward, it's underwhelming and uncomfortable, but it's growth. And it also means that you're not okay anymore to only be in that useful part of you. You're not okay anymore just being used, just being needed, even by yourself. That's amazing. Sugar, social media, bad habits, whatever you are currently using to survive the transition and feel a little bit of excitement and spark in every day, those are not the enemy. Those should not worry you. They are only regulators, coping mechanisms. Punctuation mark in every day. And you don't need to suppress it, you just need to replace it. Turn them into something else that would actually nourish you. And don't look for something new. Don't look for another idea. Don't look for novelty, but look for ceremony. Like instead of that chocolate that you eat every afternoon for having that spark and energy because you feel a little bit bored and down and lifeless. Don't try to be like a warrior, like, okay, from tomorrow there will be no chocolate anymore. Maybe what you need is just a ceremony for that chocolate. Instead of eating it like mindlessly and hoping for it to change something, to create a mini spark in you, maybe create a tea ceremony, and you have a piece of chocolate with your tea, but it's a full ceremony. It really nourishes you. You take a moment with your tea and your thoughts and whatever you want, maybe reading a book, and you take 15, 20 minutes with that square of chocolate and your tea and you enjoy the moment. You don't need to suppress it. Just transform it into something that will actually nourish you and bring you back to your aliveness. Life can feel alive again without having to change everything, without having to go live abroad at the other end of the world, without even having to redo all your wardrobe or become a totally different person that no one will recognize because you would have glow up so much. Allow it to be easy. Allow it to be simple. Babe, you got this. See you in the next one.